presence?
Mary Jenkins is here.
All right.
I announced my presence as superintendent of Scott County Schools. Here.
All right. Very good. Hobbity.
Yeah, there you
go. And then I myself, this is Joe Covington, the chair of the Revenue Commission. With that said, first item that we need to consider are previous minutes from the last meeting on 3/1/23. Any questions or comments related to that? Would there be a motion?
Motion.
Would there be a second? Any other questions or comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposition? No opposition. Motion passes. With that said, number 4 on the agenda, Sturgill Turner Special Counsel Report.
Yes, good to see you this morning. I've got with me, I called him office, Jay Phillips, and he's an associate attorney here. And Jay has been working on the lockbox agreement, and that has been sent off to the bank in Louisville. And so those negotiations are in progress. And then Jay recently completed the RFP for the financial audit services. Our bill was higher than I expected, but I think the lockbox agreement was more intricate, several agreements rather than just one. So that's the explanation of the amount of our bill. It was a little over 5,000. I wrote it down to 5,000 even. So I wanted to give an explanation and then offer up myself or Jay if anyone has comments or questions or concerns.
Does any commission member have any questions?
No, sir.
Nope.
I did send a copy of that invoice in a separate email on Monday.
Yes, saw that. So with no other questions then, Scott, thank you for sending that ahead of time. And thanks for that report. I will turn it over to now agenda item number 5, general discussion with Scott Hall.
Thank you, Judge. So first up today, we do have one new project that was approved in February from the Cabinet for Economic Development. I'd just like to keep you informed on these because this is a KBI project, which potentially has a local wage credit involved in it. That credit on a KBI program is 1%, which would be the city and county typically split those 50-50. The company is called Steel Blue Building Components, LLC. You can see here, it's a new location here in Scott County. It's manufacturing. The average hourly wage is $22.31, which is very good. Total project cost is right under $14.8 million with an incentive amount of $1 million. Looks like 81 new jobs. So it looks like a very promising economic development project. However, I will note off here to the right, it is preliminary approval. So they are just at the very beginnings of this process. And typically, once they get final approval, like you see down here with this grant that someone got, final approval on these KBIs, they usually have 18 months to 24 months to activate after they've received final approval. So they're just kind of in the first stages, but I like to let you know what's in the pipeline as these come through. And especially these KBIs, also up here, Kira's, the old KJDAs, and of course, we have one employer here with a KJRA. I like to keep you informed of those because of the potential wage credit where we would maybe be rebating some of the payroll tax we receive. So any questions on that?
No, sir.
No questions.
All right.
Sir.
Hearing none, we will go on to that KJRA project we talked about. Again, nothing new here except we're coming to the end of this fiscal year for this employer. This has the December payment. We have one more here in January, and then February and March there will be no payments made because they will reach the cap. So you see they're getting very close there. So nothing new there, but we are getting to the end of the line on this one. Any questions on this?
No.
No.
All right. Just a general reminder here on this. I believe Mr. Cole had reached out to Mr. Turner, maybe perhaps on the school board, but The city's already approved this. The regulations are posted. We made the changes back in January regarding the visa employees for the farms, but technically, until it's codified by all three jurisdictions, it's technically unenforceable. So just a general reminder there. I believe the county and school probably have those in progress.
We, yes, in progress. I've been working with some folks from Sturgill Turner, and I believe there's probably been communication between Devin and probably Mr. Henry, Kevin Henry, from their side to discuss a few little things about that. So,
Mr. Parker, there was a few changes that Kevin Henry noted that need to be made. One of them in the area of garnishment. So I think the city has already passed it, but I think they're going to go back and reflect those changes in a new, I'm not sure if they're doing it by ordinance or municipal order.
okay. Yeah, I haven't heard back from Kevin, but I knew he was on it, and I've worked with him on other projects. So sounds good.
All right. Well, if there's no further questions on that, I will move on to the monthly collection. Since we met on March 1st, I kind of gave you a sneak peek. Then we did wind up over $200,000 worth of an increase over February of 2022. So a nice healthy 6.4% increase in collections for the month. You can see the city was up 80,000 over the prior year's month, 5.99%. The county's up 106,000 for the month of February, almost 7%, and the school board 13,711 for a 3.7% increase. And of course, we will now go to the quarterly stats. So I plugged in the February numbers, and you see that's quite a nice increase from January. So, and you can see again those city, county, and school numbers I just shared with you. This now puts us over $3 million increase over the prior fiscal year 2022. So that's very good. The city's currently running over $1 million in aggregate collections. School board the county 1.6, and the school board 330,000. I apologize, got a little ahead of myself there. So nice healthy increase over last year, which was our biggest collection year ever. So fingers crossed about the next 4 months. But I will let you know that I know there's a lot of scary financial news out there right now, but the net profit returns we're going to be getting, we're actually getting now, and we'll be getting from now through April and May. Those are the 2022 tax year. So always a year behind on the net profit return. So any questions on where we currently stand in our fiscal year?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right. As far as new accounts for the month of February, you'll see here we have a nice healthy increase, 145 new accounts opened, 50 closed as compared to 74 and 45 respectively for February of 2022. So that puts us right at 249 new and 84 closed so far. With the first 2 months, we're averaging 126 new accounts in the first 2 months and only 42 closed. And then here you can see again where we were this same time 2 months into 2022. So we're in a lot better shape there. I updated these numbers here as well, the 2023 and our new and closed accounts. So our open and active accounts are now 9,477 as of this meeting. So any questions on any of the general discussion items?
I have no questions. Thank you for the report.
No questions.
All right. If no one has anything else, that takes us to our next regularly scheduled meeting, which would be the fourth Wednesday in April, the 26th at 10 a.m.
Any questions or issues with that date?
Nope.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
I'll turn it back over to you, Judge, then for a motion.
All right.
to adjourn.
That's a quick meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion.
All right, I'll second it.
All those in favor,
Aye.
vote with your,
Aye.
leave the meeting. All
All
right.
right, see you next
Thank
month.
you all.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.